He would spend the next 27 years in jail, where he endured cruel punishment and contracted tuberculosis. During that time, Mandela was offered early release if recognized armed struggle and conditions he flat out refused to consider. It wasn't until February 11, 1919 that the now 20-year-old prisoner was released under South Africa new president, Frederick William de Klerk, who had broken the deal to end apartheid. 1 year later, Mandela was elected leader of the African National Congress, after it was also unveiled by de Klerk. But Greg Mandela would become the South Africa's first black president in 1994 after the country's first democratic election. The title Mandela's autobiography, Long Walk to Freedom, aptly describes his lifelong journey to ending apartheid. It's hard to think of many leaders in history who gave more than his cause than Nelson Mandela. For that reason, he is one of the most celebrated people in modern history. Mandela died on December 5, 2013 at the age of 95.
All right, very good, Mbak. So I found some. Okay, first one. How do you say this one? Itu Mbak. Mbak. Mbak Dinanya tadi mana? Halo? Aha. Jadi ini mungkin yang lainnya juga.
Democratically elected.
Yes. Jadi E-nya ini biasanya kita nggak baca. Jadi itu biasanya dibaca democratically elected. Jadi itu elected president. Okay. And then this one is transformative. Civil rights. Jadi kita nggak baca G-nya ya Mbak. Itu nggak right, but rights. And then after that, I also spot this one. Ini dari fight, fought, fight, fought. And then this one also, equality. Yes, equality. And then after that, I also see here. How do you read this one? How do you read this one? Tadi mbaknya bilang involved, but actually this one is, yes, yes, it's involved. Yeah, involved. And then this one, defiance. This one is defiance. And then after that, I saw, wait a second, where is it? Although they were acquitted, Mandela began to recognize that. Oh, not here. This one, cruel. Jadi ini cruel punishment. Cruel itu kejam. Cruel punishment. And then after that, this one, organizing. Tadi mbaknya bilang organizing. That should be organizing. And then release. Release, yes. And then one more is, I guess it's released. And then the last one is, where is that? Celebrated. The most celebrated. Itu celebrated ya, yang dirayakan. Celebrated. Okay? So make sure here. Okay, for the third one, let's see who is the third part. Ada Firmansyah, Jaro, Junita. Who wants to go for reading? Oke, untuk yang ketiga, ketiga nama yang saya sebut. Who wants to try? No one?
Saya coba ya, Miss ya.
Okay.
Gak apa-apa kan?
Sure.
Okay. Father see earth make this snaky than the looks by David Wolsten. Source is from www.nitems.com.
Okay.
The last reptile make take out nest to distract predator during an obstacle behavior following their excellent research say. The process of sea turtles provides some of the most enduring images in nature. Mud turtles trudge up onto the beach at night, dig a nest and lay their eggs, then haul themselves back into the ocean. Weeks later, dozens of adorable little hacklings, tiny flippers churning through sand, scamper into the sea for the first time. But we rarely see what happens immediately after the mother lays her eggs and before she slides back into the sea. People find that boring and they just don't understand it, said Malcolm Kennedy, a zoologist and professor of natural history at the University of Glasgow. The turtles flip around and that it's everyone goes home. But the flapping and scattering of sand fascinated Dr. Kennedy, who released a study last will in Royal Society Open Sand with Tom Baird, also a zoologist at the University of Glasgow. They found that the turtles are actually creating decoy nests designed to fool predators like mongooses, dogs, and wild pigs, and prevent them from snapping off the real nest and devouring their eggs. Their finding challenged earlier theories that the turtles were disguising their nest and, in some cases, using headling trip to the water. Dr. Kennedy and Dr. Bird observed two species of sea turtles, the massive leatherback and the smaller hawksbill in Trinidad and Tobago from 2013 through 2019. They found that the turtles did not linger near the nest they had just dug up. They moved as far as several feet in multiple random directions, stopping to scatter sand at various stations along the way, ranging from two to more than a dozen. The turtles also spend a good deal of energy and time, roughly 30 minutes, on this endeavor, exposing
themselves to tangle from predator and the hot rising sun. It just emphasizes how important this activity is for them, Dr. Kennedy said. Why would they spend the time discussing areas lived by a sea turtles and give up? If a species of turtle always did the testing, then a predator could lure it and track back to find where the nest is, Dr. Kennedy said. But if they move randomly, then the predator can learn any better. Dr. Kennedy said the leatherback and horsebill are related by a common escape over 100 million years ago and added that it is possible they left the decoy behavior in order to track small predators from digging after the egg during the eggs of the dinosaurs. There are more than a half dozen species of sea turtles, and others may not engage in such behavior. Roldan L. Valverde, a biologist at Southeastern Louisiana University and scientist director of the Sea Turtle Conservancy, said the olive-ridley turtle tend to lay her eggs and head straight back to the ocean. Dr. Valverde said he is skeptical of the study and noted that the leatherback enormous size they can grow to over 1,000 pounds and exaggerated movement could account for the seemingly random sense scattering. Alexander Goss, a research ecologist for the Federal Marine Turtle Biology and Assessment Program, praised the new study methodology, but wonderful if its finding was mostly a matter of semantics. Whether you call it deco or a discourse, it's still the STEM activity, he said. Dr. Kennedy said he welcomed these challenges, but believes most turtle scientists need to study this behavior more rigorously. That's the fun thing about science, he said. Who wants to do just what everyone else believes? Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mbak. What do you think about this text? Is it hard for you or is it okay?
Researcher
No, I mean, what do you think about this story? Is it hard for you to read?
Mother C.
Is it hard for you to read? Susah nggak bacanya, Mbak?
Lumayan.
Lumayan. So,
Banyak juga.
okay, when you read, ketika mbaknya itu membaca, did you check dictionary? Cek ini nggak? Cek kamus nggak? Kira-kira ini bacanya seperti apa ya? Gitu. Okay, so let me read this one for you guys, so you will know how to read it. Mau nggak dibacakan sama saya atau kira-kira oh, udah komis nggak usah gitu. Atau do I need to read it for you?
Boleh Miss, dicoba Miss.
Okay, so yang untuk kita start from this one dulu karena tadi udah yang sebelumnya. Okay, mother sea turtles might be sneakier than they look by David Wolfstein. Jadi source-nya nih nggak usah dibaca sampai yang by Wolfstein ini aja. The large reptiles, itu reptiles, make decoy nests to distract predators during an oft-ignored behavior following their egg-laying, researchers say. Jadi ini researchers. Oke, yang untuk bagian ini, yang untuk pembacanya silakan pay attention atau you can take some notes. Okay, the birth process of sea turtles provides some of the most endearing images in nature. Mother turtles trudge up onto the beach at night, dig a nest and lay their eggs, and then haul themselves back into the ocean. Weeks later, dozens of adorable little hatchlings, tiny flippers churning through sand, scamper into the sea for the first time. But we rarely see what happens immediately after the mother lays her eggs and before she slides back into the sea. People find that stage boring. And they just don't understand it, said Malcolm Kennedy, a geologist and professor of natural history at the University of Glasgow. The turtles flap around and that's it. Everyone goes home. But that flapping and scattering of sand fascinated Dr. Kennedy, who released a study last week in Royal Society Open Science. Jadi itu science, bukan scans, science. With Tom Burns, also a zoologist at the University of Glasgow. They found that turtles are actually creating decoy nests designed to fool predators like mongooses, dogs, and wild pigs and prevent them from sniffing out the real nest and devouring their eggs. Their findings challenge Itu bacanya challenge. Their findings challenge earlier theories that the turtles were disguising their nests and in some cases easing hatchlings trips to the water. Dr. Kennedy and Dr. Burns observed two species of sea turtles, the massive leatherbacks and the smaller hawksbill, in Trinidad and Tobago from 2013 through 2019. They found that the turtles did not linger near the nest they had just dug up. They moved as far as several feet in multiple random directions. Ini cara bacanya ada dua, directions or directions. Stopping to scatter sand at various stations along the way, ranging from 2 to more than a dozen. The turtles also spent a good deal of energy and time, roughly 30 minutes, on this endeavor, exposing themselves to dangers, from predator and the hot rising sun. It just emphasizes how important this activity is for them, Dr. Kennedy said. Why would they spend that time discussing an area that is nowhere near their nest? They think that a predator might dig into one or two enticing spots left by a sea turtle and give up. If a species of turtle always did the same thing, then a predator could learn it and track back to find where the nest is, Dr. Kennedy said. But if they move randomly, then the predator can't learn any patterns. Dr. Kennedy said the leatherbacks and hawksbill are related by a common ancestor atau nenek moyang over 100 million years ago, and added that it is possible they learned the decoy behavior in order to thwart small predators from digging after their eggs during the age of the dinosaurs. There are more than a half dozen species of sea turtle, and others may not engage in such behaviors. Roldan A. Falverde, a biologist at Southeastern Louisiana University and the scientific director of the Sea Turtle Conservancy, said that the olive ridley turtle tends to lay her eggs and head straight back to the ocean. Doctor Valverde said he is skeptical of the study and noted that the leatherback's enormous size, they can grow to over 1,000 pounds, and exaggerated movement could account for the seemingly random sand scattering. Alexander Gayos, a research ecologist for the Federal Marine Turtle Biology and Assessment Program, praised the new study methodology, but wondered if its finding was mostly a matter of semantics. Whether you call it decoy or a disguise, it's still the same activity, he said. Dr. Kennedy said he welcomes these challenges, but believes most turtle scientists need to study this behavior more rigorously. That's the fun thing about science, he said. Who wants to do just what everyone else believes? Okay, so I hope you can get some insight from how I pronounce the words. Okay. So how about the others? Which story that you think that I need to read for you, or you want to try by yourself? Gimana yang lainnya? Atau kira-kira semuanya sudah bisa? Oke, yang mana itu Mbak? Kayaknya nggak bisa atau kayaknya udah bisa? Udah bisa ya? Oke, kalau begitu berarti semuanya sudah pada pintar ini membaca how to read, and then I hope while you are reading this one and then you understand the meaning, not for me but then for yourself, and then you can successfully like pass the reading test, because when you read and then at the end you need to conclude for yourself kira-kira ini teksnya tentang apa, ya tak? Okay. Okay, so since today is our last meeting, do you guys have some questions that you need to read, that you need to ask, or some suggestion for the class? For me as a tutor, maybe Miss, next time when you are teaching, you should be like this one, you should be like this one. Is there any suggestion or what? Ada suggestion nggak? Atau ada pertanyaan? Ada pertanyaan? Yes. Kenapa? Minggu depan? Minggu depan udah nggak ada lagi, Mbak. Today is our last meeting. Yes, and then for this one, you can send me the video until next week. Next week, Wednesday. You can send it through my Facebook or Messenger. So I will check it. Okay?
Video atau rekaman suaranya aja nih?
Rekaman suara juga bisa.
Thank you.
Yeah, it depends on you as long as I can hear how you read the sentence. Okay? And then for reading also, you need to know when you need to stop and then when you need to breathe. Okay, jadi nggak ngos-ngosan, Nggak lambat, nggak cepat, tapi tepat pada waktunya. Cara bacanya, okay? So, if you don't have any question, and then thank you for this semester that we've been together. Yes?
Itu yang PR kalimat itu,
Mm-hmm.
the sentence, ada untuk sentence.
Mm-hmm.
Deadline-nya sampai jam berapa?
Hari ini sampai nanti jam 11.59. Okay, yes. Any other questions? Ada lagi?
We will meet next week.
Yes, I hope.
Thank you.
Kalian kapan ujiannya ya? Kalian ada ujian ini nggak ke Taipei? Gak ada ya?
Semester ini nggak ada, Miss.
Oh, oke. Jadi gimana kalian ujiannya?
Nggak ujian.
Ah, masa?
Katanya nilainya diambil dari tutor, Miss.
Oh iya, benar.
Sama tutor.
Okay. Alright then, thank you everyone for the past few years, this past semester, and I'm sorry if I misunderstand you or misspelled some words that should not be. Okay? So if you guys don't have any question, no suggestion, thank you for everyone. Thank you for the class, and I'll see you soon, maybe. Thank you. Good night. Thank you. Yes, Mbak.
Thank you, Miss.
You are welcome. Thank you. Good night.
I hope we will always keep in touch.
Yes, sure. You can. I'm still in Facebook. Okay, thank you, Mbak. Good night.